Niklas has a ton of experience at the highest stage. He knows how to deal with pressure. He's cool, calm, and collected. He's smooth. He's a great putt, and he's got the backhand and forehand. So there's really no position that he can't get himself out of. He's got a lot of tools at his disposal. He's going to be a problem for a long, long time.
I think when we think of James Conrad, we think woodsman. It's Jackson. It's the tightest, longest woods that we'll play all year. When he gets on a course that he's comfortable, he's always in contention. He has different goals now. Winning the Worlds, winning the USDGC, getting another major title under his belt. You know, there's different levels to it, and I think that's probably the pressure that he's feeling is try to get the, you know, the big four.
Mason Ford obviously is one of the smoothest players that we've ever seen. He won the Music City Open a couple years ago. He knows how to compete in the woods. If you're 9 shots back, but you're in the lead card of a major with all the best players in the world, take comfort in knowing that you are doing an incredible job. Take your good performance, whatever that lands, it doesn't matter. From here, it's all bonus for Mason. I think he can't do any wrong.
Isaac's going to feel more pressure than he's ever felt in any situation than he's ever been in. I think he's got to go out there and he's going to feel the nerves, and he's just got to throw the shots the way he's been doing it. That's what it's going to take to win, you know, this major championship. Luckily, he has a 7-stroke lead. That's got to feel a little bit comforting. But there's pressure that comes in any situation that you're at. And we've never seen anybody lose a major championship with that big of a lead going into a final round. And so let's see how he does.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the conclusion of the 2023 PDGA Champions Cup presented by Bushnell. We have the final round front nine action. Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri, BigBarri commentary. Excited to bring you this action from the IDGC. It has been a one-man show.
It really has.
So far. Real quick, we want to talk about the site-wide sale. We got the $5 mystery tees. I don't know if those are still available. We've had that going all weekend. They might have been picked through, but we've got a bunch of other sales going on. 25% off hats and accessories. Go to JomezPro.com. Please help us. Support us. Support yourself. Look cool. You're going to look cooler. Your friends are going to like you more. That's what I have to say about that.
I like them. I like my friends looking cool. Without a doubt.
We have... This course is just so many people from so many places have been here for so many reasons. Obviously, the home of the Hall of Fame. 3 amazing courses, Jim Warner, Ed Hedrick, and then the classic W.R. Jackson, the course we are playing this week. It's a long track. It's a hard track.
Tight.
It's tight.
There we go. Birdie rate. He finally got that number 1 in front of there, and then he's number 1 in everything else. Niklas Anttila.
He's second in a couple of these things. And he's second in this tournament. Imagine, go figure. Yeah, these guys have been playing this course better than we expected. I mean, the score that Isaac's at right now, we were kind of predicting being somewhere near the winning score. And he's got some more holes to go, but he's going to have these guys right here on his tail. James Conrad, you said it in that intro, he's going to be hungry. He's trying to go for the career Grand Slam. And essentially by adding this event as a staple major, we are essentially creating a true Grand Slam with the European Open, Worlds, and USDGC. And this is going to be the future, folks. Get used to it.
Absolutely. Hole 1 is a pretty easy starting hole for these guys. It's a par 4, 660. They're going to be feeling the pressure, though. The nerves are going to be pretty much all in to start this tournament right here. 660, right to left bender, left side, right side. Make your choice. Let's see how these guys fare to start off the tournament. Final round.
As easy as this hole has been, I don't believe Isaac has birdied it one time.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing. Obviously, we're kidding.
I was him, I wouldn't birdie it this round.
Yeah. Well, his round's been 11, 11, 12 with not birdieing this one.
Yeah, do not birdie this, buddy.
Don't do it.
I think he would really love a birdie to start off right here, though, and let's see how he fares with the first tee shot. Turned over, it needs help. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Hurry, perfect. He finally figured it out. I think he's gone with a different disc. He went with the green one, at least in the last round. I think he did it in the other ones as well. Flatten that out. Going wire to wire, sleeping on a lead at a major every single round is what Isaac has done thus far.
Mm-hmm.
And to step up and show right off the bat a very confident drive says a lot to me about where he's at mentally.
Absolutely. I mean, when you have a 7-stroke lead, a little different.
Yeah,
It's a little different sleep, I'm sure, the final round. Niklas, man, I love his form. I love how smooth he is. The weight transfer's perfect.
Yeah, really good shot right there.
Nobody commits harder than this guy right here as far as form goes. Let's see if he can commit down that right side.
We loved the card that we had round 2, so we decided to invite them back for round 3 and 4. And unfortunately, we had to let Silas go and trade him out for Mason Ford. But, you know, Mason Ford's a pretty exciting player to watch as James pulls his drive a little bit off to the right. And I didn't mean to glance over Mason and our intro, but this guy, obviously, he's an experienced winner. He is a Elite Series winner, and he's got all the distance and accuracy you need to compete out here, obviously.
Only one to go inside and out, and that's fine right there. He's got a route all the way to the pin. It's a little farther back and a smaller gap, but definitely a scoring position, as you can see here.
We haven't seen anyone go that route on this card all week, but we've essentially had the same card for the last 3 rounds, so.
This looks pretty dang good.
Yeah, for hitting an early tree, that is right at the edge of the circle, probably obstructed, but getting a putt from back there is pretty incredible.
Oh, this is a tough little spot here. He's going with the high flex. Yeah, getting clean from there, it's asking a lot. Those gaps get tighter.
From his stance, those trees that he's trying to pass are blind. So it's just kind of a poke and hope at that range. Niklas, he's going the wide forehand. He's going high, pushing it at those back trees. And, yeah, the roll forward will take that. Oh.
Smart.
Smart play.
Smart play.
I thought he was around them all. That is just so funny to me that if he doesn't make that long putt.
Ooh. Give it a bid.
Yeah. Full send Sunday, Paul. I don't think we're going to see James laying much up today. I think he is well aware 7 back is going to require some big-time highlights. Yeah, even par. That is very strange.
Niklas has a very important putt here. To cut one in, first hole. Yeah, you were right. He was a bit obstructed right there. But Niklas, to cut into that lead early is going to be very, very important. If he wants any chance at
oh, no.
making a push.
Well, James has gone the opposite direction on the first hole, and Niklas show if he's nervous, he steps up and birdies the first one, and each little move is like a little chess piece.
It is, and I think if somebody can get within that 3 strokes,
yeah, he'll start feeling it then.
You feel it because with 4 holes left, 3 strokes ain't nothing when you're playing for a major. It starts to feel tight.
Well, I mean, it's just if Isaac continues to feel the way he's felt so far this whole week,
nobody has a chance.
No one has a chance. And the conversation will quickly become, if that does happen to play out that way, the same thing that kind of happened in the FPO division. I'm not going to give you spoilers, but the conversation on live coverage today was podium, 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 because first place was already locked up.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels that way here, but 7 strokes become 6 right away, and we got 17 holes left, and anything can happen.
Hole 2 is a 390-foot par 3, pretty wide gap. Hyzer flip up to flat, drifted in, try to get in that circle and make a putt. Really the widest gap you're going to have the whole tournament.
Yeah, you got a lot of space to let the disc fly, and Niklas pushes that wide. That's going to be heading out left edge of circle. See how that C2 game is early on. This is pulled right, perhaps.
I like it.
Gets through.
I like that.
Okay. Did you not think it was too wide?
Well, initially, but it's pretty tough to push past that those little 3 guardians. Once you get past that, you're home free. I feel like if it's on Hyzer.
Mason with a straighter, direct route at it, going.
That's really good. Really great angle control.
Using that Georgia pine straw to slide on up. James going Terra, pushing this one wide and straight, getting a little bit of skip here at the end, and that's going to also be testing James's early seat. Oh, no, never mind. That is only 25 feet away.
Oh, that's huge.
Statements being sent here. You know, Niklas is incredibly hungry. He was leading the last major we had going into the final round. Obviously coming up just short of that incredible battle with Gannonburr at the USDGC.
Speak about when you won your major title. You had a nice lead as he trains that. It's a big putt right there. Test the nerves. You had a pretty substantial lead going in the final round that eventually got canceled. But what was that like, sleeping on a pretty big lead? I mean, what was it for as Mason?
Dang it.
Misses that one just barely.
Yep, just missing our star frame here. Well, you know, I think that the main thing for me at that time was just trying to replicate the same things I had done for the whole event, just trying to put myself in the same environment. At that time, I was watching Game of Thrones, so I just pulled on some Game of Thrones and was watching some HBO and just kind of off doing my own thing and didn't let my thoughts about the tournament get in the way. And I think that one of the things Isaac has been doing has been going back and playing Uno with Alden. So just kind of trying to replicate that same thing every day, being around the same people, not introducing new things, just getting into a rhythm. And I think that we've seen nothing but rhythm from him so far.
Yeah, that's a great point.
On to hole 3, par 4, 726 feet up the hill, initially bending from left to right and then right to left. I think the best play we've really seen has been the shorter approach off the tee that we're going to see Niklas go with here off forehand. This is a little bit tight, perhaps.
I think I love it.
Yeah, it's flipping up perfect. Never mind. And this sets up a more full fairway driver with a Hyzer angle for that second. Isaac's essentially trying to get to about the same spot. This isn't the really big backhand that we see. Actually, that did carry past. That carried past where he wants that to go, I think.
Yeah, I think he'll have something moving into the green there. It's going to be a little tougher, but he'll have an angle. James, I think, is playing mid-range here, and that's where you want. I think that's really good for the full shot kind of coming in. Yeah, some of these holes, you know, you don't really have to overthink it, and because the fairway's so big, I feel like people see that airspace and they're like, man, I can get really close. But all week, I didn't see a lot of the big turnovers really make it to the fairway, way down the fairway. So I think the course designer did a really good job of kind of pinching you off here and makes you play some good golf to get the birdie.
I also think it's kind of cool that the players have kind of figured it out too. You know, it seems like as James swings in his hyzer, he connects on one of the pines. But it's up to the players as well to kind of see that and say, okay, and I'm not going to get baited into this big shot. I'm only going to throw this little small one, but set up a better second. And that's where most of the birdies have been coming from this week.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mason playing the low skip. He just misses that, and he's home free. If Niklas can birdie a third in a row here, it will definitely put some pressure on whatever Isaac's approach that he's going to have.
Oh, missed that one, and he's got a good chance.
There's just a wall of trees up there, though. That is the real tricky thing about hole 3.
That's a really good shot from there. Just to guarantee the par. He's not trying to get all the way to the green.
Yep.
But he hits the gap. He gets through there. If he kicks left or right, all of a sudden bogey's in play, and he doesn't like bogeys. He's allergic to them this weekend, I noticed.
Yeah, he has one little bogey bugaboo back on hole 11 of the first round, and that's it. His scramble rate is like 98%.
One of the statistics I saw in the very beginning was James Conrad. He was at 93 or 94% in the circle as far as putting, and that put him in, I think, 14th. I think he missed one the whole tournament. So there's 13 other people who are 100% in the circle. So at home, when you see these guys, as he makes a pretty good bid, but he's been flying past a bit. That's going to test his skills right there.
Yeah.
But when you think about playing at this level, there's 13 other people who haven't missed. That's pretty crazy, especially in a 4-round tournament, where at any point around here, you can get into a spot where a 20-footer is very tricky. There's spots you can get into, very obstructed, as James is tested again from circle's edge.
And he gets that one over the rim and in for the par. Mason's given himself opportunities. He's just not quite knocking them down. That obviously was the longest of his 3 birdie chances thus far, but
yeah, Mason's no stranger to the major championship scene either. He has quite a few top 10s. You can see his name sneak up there at the World Championships, U.S. Championships. He's very good, very consistent player.
I would say consistency is his key. You know what you're going to get from him, and it's going to be a lot of just control. Yeah. And he's never going to get out of sorts, and that's what keeps him in it. He's always grinding and usually throwing great shots and making big putts. But right now he is 10 back of our leader, so he's got to get something going if he wants to get his name on that trophy.
Disc golf keeps growing. At the Power Disc Golf Academy, we believe in adding power to the player to level up their game. That's why Paul Ulibarri, a top 50 ranked player, is taking the past 18 years of teaching disc golf and boiling it down into lessons across every subject. From driving, to putting, to drills, to practice, to mental game, and much more, all to give you the power to grow as a player. Grow your game with the Power Disc Golf Academy.
Talk about hole 4 here.
Yeah, it's a short one. It's the second shortest hole on the course, I believe, and it is pretty technical. You've got to move down towards this back edge of the fairway, and you have to be moving with an overstable disc because you just want it to bounce and shoot left. A lot of trees you got to miss. If you're off your line, you're going to find yourself in a really tough spot. Scrambling's tough here.
Yeah, I really like this hole. I think it's a classic par 3 where you have to just hit the gap, let the disc really do the work, and get yourself a look. These guys, they make that gap look really big. It's not.
Yeah, that's going to be a lengthy putt for Niklas.
He's happy, though. Once you make the corner, it's, all right, hands up, we're good.
Yeah, hands up.
I'll take it.
Isaac, we've seen this.
That's
3 times.
Pretty good. Not pretty good. I mean, it's perfect. It's
pushing
not Clemens
right side.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean, starting round 1 ace at a major. And unless someone throws something in farther, I think that's still the longest throw in of the tournament, which means he's going to win himself the the Bushnell Golden Rangefinder, which is just a fun little side trophy.
That is cool.
Bushnell likes to put on here at this event that they sponsor.
James misses inside there barely, kicks him to the right side. He'll be scrambling, but you'd rather kick right than left.
Well, there's the left variety.
Yeah,
so
well,
we're gonna see.
He's going to be sticky. He's
Yeah.
going to be sticky over there.
Yes. I mean, scrambling here is, you don't have many options. That's a fantastic option to go with. Still going to have to make a putt from right at C1 edge. How far back is James? Okay, so he's about 85.
Yeah, you see the difference, though.
Maybe
Kicking
100.
right saves him the sidearm roller. They hit essentially the same tree.
He's still going to be back of the circle, probably 27 feet. Niklas, and he is going to drop one to Isaac. That's a little sigh of relief maybe for Isaac. If he was feeling any pressure from Niklas. Yeah, there we go, Mason.
Great save.
Good time to step up and make a big putt when it's for par. And James actually only about 24 feet. Oh, boy.
A little high on that one. That's going to mess up the circle one stats. He's missed a couple this round, but plenty of time to go on a birdie run. That's what we've seen from this whole lead card. I haven't really checked out Mason's scorecard from the last few rounds, but as far as what we've seen from these guys, they get on streaks of 4 or 5 in a row.
Well, speaking of 4 or 5, how about 5 out of 6 for Silas Schultz? And he has jumped up to tie Niklas. He's 7 back still, but he is making his way back into contention.
Yes, he is.
A hot start. Obviously, we saw the goods from Silas in round 2, and he almost kept his position on this card, but I think he had late bogeys in round 3, which cost him that spot. But he's making the most of his top of chase card performance, and he is really showing some real good stuff here in the woods of Georgia.
One of the harder tee shots you're going to find on this course. Another classic par 3. I feel like this is inside for sure. Great kick. That'll give him a chance.
Second kick was key.
But we were talking about, I was talking about how the last one was a classic par 3. This is also a classic par 3, right in that range where everybody's going to be able to throw something down there to the circle, and you just have to throw your straightest disc.
Niklas has been
that was really
parking
good.
This one. I thought he did it again, but I mean, essentially just a master class of how to throw a hyzer flip late turn.
If you're getting this one 2, 3 out of 4 rounds, you know you're in your bag. You know, you know you're throwing the disc well. This is one of those classic holes. Like I'm saying, that I tell people this all the time. If you can throw it 420 foot straight, you don't need more distance. That game will travel and score on any disc golf course in the world.
James looking to get something going here. This one's overturned and it gets punched over there to the right side. That's
punishing.
That's very bad. Mason with space to work with out wide and a very nicely thrown approach. James and Isaac will be looking to do the same thing, but from the other side of the fairway, James obviously in a much tougher position potentially. It's all about what you're given, and James is taking it all.
Ooh, that is a good shot from over there.
Early turn with an overstable putter, maybe kind of a glidey putter, but he hit that ankle early and let the disc really just work its way down there. Isaac just can give that little foot motion he does, and that's going to be 28 feet.
Yeah, that might even be outside the circle. That landed pretty short.
That big tree is right about the circle's edge. So yeah, if he's on the other side of it, he's got a long way to go for his par.
That's a good little nick off the tree. Saves him about 15 feet. Yeah, this is...
Oh, yeah.
That's deep.
certified C2. Certified, I don't care.
Well,
Why is that so? Like, why does it not look like he's nervous?
whew, when you have that sort of a stroke, I mean, I don't know what would make you nervous. That's on the pole.
He just feels eerily comfortable with that. That's like one of those moments where it's like, oh man, what do I have? I gotta dig deep here. Everyone's tapping out their pars, and nope. Shut that down. Those stories only exist in my head because I'm a head case.
I like how you went through that for us. Nope.
I mean, but that is a very, I feel like, is that common or is that just
That's
me?
a normal thought process.
Yeah, it's a normal
for sure.
thing,
and,
right?
And he actually probably went through that as well. It's just that, well, he's winning by $1 billion because he knocks those down right now.
Yeah.
And he'll be in a spot someday where the putt won't be on, and that's what we go through. But this is not one of those weeks.
Macbeth has talked about that a little bit, and I think I mentioned this before, but it's not that he doesn't experience nerves. He feels the nerves. He gets nervous.
Yeah.
But he channels those nerves, and that's the difference. I mean, that's how somebody elevates their game, is they find a way to make those nerves and use them for their advantage. And that's what it seems like he's been doing all week, and it's showing.
Yeah. Be comfortable out there. Hole 6, par 3, 366 up the hill. Slight hyzer flip. Miss the 2 on the right. Miss this one, and you're home free. A lot of people are ending up circle's edge to the left. If you do take on those trees on the right, you could get a park job. It's a feathery little line here. This is going to have to beat those 2 trees right
like
there,
this.
and that's perfect.
Yeah, get up there. It's going to be a little short, but
Yeah, there's that circle's edge.
yeah, sure. He's going to be challenged again. The circle's edge markers are really similarly placed to the FPO position,
Right.
so sometimes they're confusing exactly how far away the putt is. But either way, he's inside 40.
Yeah, I think the best way to play it is to that 30-foot mark. You know, just short, because you make the gap big. If you try to get a little cheeky, you take on the fairway on the right side, and that's where you see a lot of people kind of hit and kick.
Is that disc that Niklas threw, is that the same thing he's throwing for the turnovers? He's
I
throwing
think
it
so,
for
yeah.
hyzers and for turnovers just because it's just making sense. That disc is everything right now in these woods. What were you going to say?
Oh, no. I forgot. Thanks for bringing it up. That was a pretty good shot. Not enough power there. Gets a little caught up with those leaves, and Mason's going to have a longer circle 2 putt there.
Still so much to play for all these guys, even though it may feel...
It's a great kick right
That's
there.
the best kick you're going to ever see. That's like... That is maybe in the circle. Maybe just outside the circle, but still, that was very forward. But yeah, James, he might be a little dejected with the early start being 1 over through 5.
This could help.
It could also hurt. But obviously, like, it's just, there's so many things to play for here. A lot of money at this major championship.
I feel like there's some levels to it. Obviously, you want to win. If you can't win, second, third, those are great.
Yeah, podium.
Top 5 is a good little number to reach for, and then the top 10, of course, is the one you really want to stay in that top 10.
A lot of statistical categories will just, in the end of your career, be like, well, this is how many top 10s they have in their majors and top 5s and whatnot. And you don't think about those things while you're playing, but you're just striving to do the best you can throughout. And you can't get caught up in, oh, I'm not going to win. Just do as well as you can.
I think there's about 20 players who probably come into this tournament thinking, no, I can win. That's my goal. And then
Truly believing.
Yep. And then there's, the rest of the field where I think that all of them are like, if I get a top 10, I'd be super happy.
Mason is riding a Ford train of pars right now. He is just all pars. And I think he'd like to depart here on hole 7 or at some point soon, because those kind of rounds can be pretty frustrating. Hole 7 is a par 4 downhill tee shot. It's got to be moving its way left, and you want to get up in here to set yourself up for a mid-range or an overstable backhand fairway driver to get around that tree there and make its way back up this hill. Avoid that last tree because that thing turns discs into rollers in a second. Objective number 1, just hit this gap, make it move left.
Looks a little tight to me.
Yeah, just didn't put enough pace behind it.
This one can be tricky. There's always like some sort of weird little gust coming through there, and you don't know if it's pushing left or right because you're so guarded.
This is early left as well. I don't think Isaac's going to have a play for birdie, but fortunately,
that's nice because he has
possible.
We saw it through some sort of gap.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So that's good.
Mason is joining the left party, folks.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
That wasn't a political joke. Everyone is going left. And James, who leans left generally, is going right down the middle, kicking back into the center.
And this is typical from these woods here on the left is you're going with the sidearm roller. It's doable, though.
Yeah.
I've seen some people, he didn't do it, but I've seen some people get up and down from here with the sidearm roller. Down the hill, get to circle 2, make a putt. Oh, this is a feathery little bugger right here.
Oh, look at this.
Go.
Okay. You weren't really looking at the birdie from back there, so just making forward advancement down.
He misses that. He's got a little look, though.
Yeah, sure. Maybe like a 60-footer. You're right. Isaac, who actually does have a look for the birdie and is gonna probably birdie.
That's fantastic.
Wow. Pops is happy to see it.
Pops on the bag. I mean, that's just a dream come true right there. Leading a major, dad on the bag. You can't make that stuff up.
Home state. Mason, he's hoping to stay on the par train at this point. He doesn't want to get off the tracks at the wrong station, that's for sure. And we're finally going to get up to James's drive. Again, that wasn't a political joke. Him leaning left is because his right leg is about 2 inches taller than his left leg. That's not entirely true.
That shot looks pretty true, though, till it hits that dumb little
thing.
Twizzler. The Twiz. He's got a little stab at it.
He really, man. We haven't seen him have to really go to that jump putt much this week because he's just been throwing the disc so well. But that's really the first time we've seen him. And it's really hard to see how high, how high uphill this basket is from where they're standing. But to even get it up there really shows a lot of wrist strength, a lot of spin. James for the birdie, low, and he just is not dialed in on the green. And that is a very comforting feeling for Isaac, getting another stroke and 2 on Mason here on this card. Playing clean golf still. Picking up just enough birdies to help him feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
Be interesting to check in with our leaderboard here in a moment to see just how close that chase card might be getting. But right now, Isaac is sitting on 7 shots over Niklas. And Silas is 8 down through 9. Wow. Okay, so now Silas is in sole second, only 5 back.
When you first sign up for a PDGA membership, you're given a PDGA number. Your PDGA number is a stamp for when you got involved in the sport. It's a badge of pride for players and a part of your disc golf identity. Get your number today. Visit pdga.com/join.
Paul's 27171.
That is correct. Hole 8 is a par 4, 645 feet, left to right bender. Putters off the tee for most of these guys, maybe a sidearm thrown in there. You've heard it from us before, land anywhere in the fairway. That's what you kind of want to do. And then have,
in general.
Yeah, have a little tricky upshot into the green.
This is a fun one. This hole has been here since the beginning.
Yeah, this hole will never
really
not
changed.
be hard.
Yeah. The only thing that's really changed is there used to be a high limb that was right in the way of the perfect turnover, the perfect sidearm line. It was mentioned to the PDGA staff years ago. We came to this event, and they had one of those nifty little devices. They climbed a tree and cut that branch down, and that's about as much as they ever needed to change the hole because it is just a really challenging, demanding, fun, fair disc golf hole. It's all the things you want.
Yep. Niklas hits the tree, rolls backwards, but I have a feeling that was a good roll. Even though he lost a lot of distance, he's still going to have a shot of some sort.
James, who had a bit of a tough front nine yesterday and battled back with a great back nine, he's going to need to do that because right now he is losing ground on the field. And Mason's just looking to get his first birdie of the round.
That's a flippy disc right there.
And that is a good start. He has found himself in a great spot. Going to be an awkward run-up, I would imagine. Niklas is sitting about 390 feet from the pin.
That's good.
And now he's a lot closer. Inside the circle, maybe even.
With a little kind of a bad kick off of a root, I'd say, but...
Yeah, I think he's going to take every bit of it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac from a tough spot just has to play the hyzer. That was not really a play for the birdie. That was just a man putting himself up the fairway, taking the safe par. Yeah, I mean, he certainly can make him from there.
There we go.
Yeah, about the same result as Niklas. But it'd be good to see James get a birdie and start getting things going. Same for this fella right here. Missed the one in the middle.
Missed the next one.
Missed the next one.
Missed that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Gonna have to earn it, but that's...
Yeah.
Those are some good approaches from those lies. Very good.
I don't see any reason why Isaac wouldn't give this a little bit of a run. A good safe bid. Opportunity for Niklas to chip away into that lead a bit. And his putting has continued to impress.
Pretty simple movement, isn't it?
I mean, yeah.
Straight arm, straight down, straight in.
If you're a newer player in our sport and you're looking to develop a putt, it's one of the things that takes the longest. Simplify everything as much as you can. You want as few moving parts as possible. Just look at Niklas. It's just lean a little forward, bring that disc down, lift it up, get a little wrist spin. Bingo. And just like that, James gets back on the birdie train. Mason says, hello, I can birdie too. Niklas with a huge birdie from being way out of position off the tee, and Isaac is going to tap in the par.
He loves pars right now.
Oh, pars are birdies essentially at this point. He just can't go backwards. So everyone on the card gets one closer to our leader. And Silas is still through 9. He is 8 under. What an outstanding start on the front 9. Man.
Tricky one here. Hole 9, 618 foot par 4. Tight gap. You want to bend it from left to right with a little flex so that on the finish, as it's coming back, you can skip over the road and then have some sort of shot into the green. Left, right, straight is usually your options coming into there, whatever you're most comfortable with if you do hit the fairway. These guys might not have a problem with it, but I have seen people hit these early ones and it looks like a big gap, but it's actually quite small.
Well, for the power that you really would like to get, the gap
Shrinks
dramatically. But we really haven't seen anyone have any trouble with the initial gap from our cards, but that's only because they're playing so well. Half the field is at least considering this gap.
Doesn't get the turn on it, but that's a great kick.
Yeah, the kick puts James back in the spot I think he'd like to be. It's going to be a hyzer flip straight putter second shot, I would imagine.
There's that flex play.
If this keeps holding, it's going to be really nice. Yep. That's another one of those ones that's kind of in the middle. It doesn't really pick a side. He's going to have multiple options. One of the signature John Houck course design things he likes to give players.
Favorite course designer? I think Houck's my favorite.
I think, yeah, I mean...
Ooh. Little leaky there from Isaac.
I haven't played many courses that Houck's designed that I haven't enjoyed.
Yep.
Stan McDaniel, I'm a little partial because of the hometown guy.
Sure.
Without Stan McDaniel, I don't think there's a great portion of disc golfers playing this sport.
Oh, without a doubt.
Responsible for Hornets Nest, Renaissance, basically anything in Charlotte.
Yes. Oh, I agree. I think they have similar course design styles as well.
And actually had some early influence on DGC design with Harold Duval. Niklas, look at that one shaping its way through the trees. That's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like...
Wow.
That was a little rabbit's foot hanging out in his bag right there. I think that was just a throw it, hope I get through.
Man.
Gets through.
Probably a little bit of it, but he definitely hit that initial gap with the right stability and gave himself a chance to get lucky. James would love to knock down a C2 putt, start getting the Conrad country back on his side. Lately, it's been the own zone, if you're watching the FPO.
That's a good shot there from Mason. Getting on that birdie train you were talking about.
How good of a putter do you have to be to have your own zone named after you, called the own zone?
So good.
So good.
Well, let's come up with Isaac's. Robin of the Hood.
It's funny that you say that. James, he's going to want to get out of the country if he keeps missing putts.
Robin's Hood?
Well, the reason I think it's funny you say that is because Mosolf designer just introduced Isaac's new logo, and it's a bow and arrow, like Robin Hood. That is really interesting. You didn't see that, did you? Huh. It's a good logo. Check it out.
I like that, and I like the nickname.
And I like the birdie for Niklas, and I like the front nine. I mean, doing what you got to do. 5 under in the front is solid work. It's not maybe what we're seeing in Chase Card going on with Silas Schultz.
Oh, it's great. Five under is the mark.
But being the closest to the leader on the lead card, keeping our leader in check a bit, perhaps. Making him stay sharp. Make him work for it. Letting him know if you slip up, I'm right here getting birdies while you're taking pars. And it better be pars. If these start turning into bogeys, you cannot deal with those 2-stroke swings. Then it starts getting nervy going into that back nine.
Well, he's going into the back nine, and he has a 3-stroke lead over Mr. Schultz, who popped 10 out of 11 with a chain out on hole 10. 11 for ace.
Yes,
he was almost 11 through 11.
Who is... I mean, I know Silas Schultz, but who is Silas Schultz is my question. What's going on right now?
He's a gamer.
Okay. didn't think that our lead card would be in danger of another chase card champion. So Silas, I wish the best for you. But chill out a little bit, bro. This is pretty incredible stuff. Obviously, some drama doesn't hurt.
I like it. I like him putting a little more pressure on him because you know he's checking those scores and feeling it.
9 more holes to go here in Appling, Georgia. We will be crowning the first major champion of the 2023 season. Come right back.